You know that moment when she asks you, "Do you think that girl is pretty?" And suddenly you feel like you're defusing a bomb with no training? Yeah. That's not an accident. But here's the twist. She probably has no idea she's even testing you. Look, before anyone gets upset, this isn't about blaming women or making men look like victims. This is about understanding something that happens in almost every relationship. Something so subtle that even the person doing it doesn't realize what's going on. And trust me, by the end of this, a lot of things are going to make sense. So let me tell you about my friend Jake. Great guy, solid job, treats his girlfriend Amanda really well. One evening, Amanda comes home and says, "I'm fine." Just those 2 words. Now Jake knows the rules of the game. When a woman says "I'm fine," she is absolutely 100% not fine. So he asks, "What's wrong?" She says, "Nothing. I said I'm fine." He tries again. She gets annoyed. He backs off. She gets more annoyed. Poor Jake is standing there like he's trying to solve a Rubik's Cube blindfolded. Here's what was actually happening. Amanda was unconsciously testing whether Jake cared enough to push past her walls, whether he could read her emotions, whether he'd give up easily or actually fight to understand her. The crazy part, if you asked Amanda right then and there if she was testing him, she'd look at you like you have 3 heads. She genuinely didn't know. So why does this happen? Well, it goes way back. Like caveman days back. Women have evolved to be incredibly selective about their partners because historically, choosing the wrong guy could mean survival or disaster for her and her children. So women developed this almost supernatural ability to test men's character, strength, emotional intelligence, and commitment without even consciously thinking about it. It's like having a security system that runs in the background without you knowing. Think about it like this. You wouldn't buy a car without test driving it first, right? Women are doing the same thing, except the test drive happens through 1,000 tiny moments that feel completely random to guys. And most women have no idea the test is even running. Let me give you some real examples. There's the "I'm not hungry" test. You're out with your girlfriend. You ask if she wants food. She says no. You order a burger. Suddenly, she's eating half your fries and taking bites of your burger. Now you might think she's just being annoying, but unconsciously, she's checking. Are you generous? Do you share easily? Are you going to make a big deal about small things? A guy who guards his fries like Gollum with the ring. Red flag. A guy who just smiles and shares. Green light. Then there's the classic reassurance test. She asks, "Do you still find me attractive?" Now, the logical male brain thinks, "Well, I'm here, aren't I?" Obviously yes. But she's not looking for logic. She's checking if you'll take a moment to make her feel special, if you'll notice when she needs emotional support, if you're still putting in effort. The right answer isn't just yes, it's, "Are you kidding? You're gorgeous. Come here." Or how about the emotional priority test? You're watching the big game. She wants to talk about her day. Seems like bad timing, right? But unconsciously, she's measuring. Am I important to you? Will you make me a priority even when it's inconvenient? This doesn't mean you have to drop everything every single time, but the way you handle these moments tells her everything about where she ranks in your life. Here's another one guys always miss. The other women test. She brings up another girl, maybe a coworker, maybe an ex, maybe some random girl on Instagram. She says, "She's really pretty, don't you think?" Brother, this is a minefield. She's not asking for your honest aesthetic assessment. She's checking your loyalty, your tact, and whether you'll make her feel secure. The right move, I guess. I don't really notice. I'm too busy looking at you. Cheesy. Maybe. Effective. Absolutely. Now some of you guys are thinking, this sounds exhausting and manipulative. But hold on. Remember, most women aren't sitting there with a clipboard going, "Wahahaha, time to test him again." This stuff happens automatically. It's biological programming combined with social conditioning. Women have been taught that being direct about their needs makes them needy or crazy, so they've developed indirect ways to get information about whether you're the real deal. Also, men do similar things. We just call it different stuff. When a guy shows off a little in front of his girlfriend or gets competitive with other guys around her, he's testing too. Testing if she's attracted to his strength, if she'll support him, if she respects him. When a guy goes quiet and wants space, he's often unconsciously testing if she'll respect his boundaries or if she'll panic and chase. We all do this stuff. The difference is women's tests tend to be more emotional and verbal, while men's tests tend to be more physical and action-based. Neither is better or worse, they're just different. Let me tell you what happened with Jake and Amanda. After that "I'm fine" disaster, Jake actually sat down with Amanda a few days later and said, "Hey, I noticed the other night you seemed upset but you said you were fine. I'm trying to be better at understanding you, but I need your help. Can you tell me what was actually wrong?" And Amanda, to her credit, opened up. She admitted she'd had a terrible day at work and wanted him to comfort her, but she didn't want to be a burden, so she said she was fine, hoping he'd push harder. She literally hadn't realized she was testing him until he brought it up. Then she was like, oh my god, I totally do this. Self-awareness for the win. So here's the thing. These tests aren't going away. They're hardwired. But knowing they exist changes everything. When you understand that nothing means something, that I'm fine means she's not fine, that do what you want definitely doesn't mean do what you want, you can stop taking these moments personally and start seeing them for what they are. Opportunities to show up for your partner. The best relationships happen when both people understand this game and play it with love instead of frustration. Women, you can help by being a little more direct sometimes. Trust me, your man wants to make you happy, but his brain works differently than yours. Throw him a bone. Be clear sometimes. Men, you can help by paying attention to the subtext, not just the text. Listen to what she's not saying. Watch her body language. Ask better questions. And hey, if you're still unsure, just remember this golden rule. When she says she doesn't want anything, get her something small anyway. When she says she's fine, ask one more time with genuine care. When she asks if you think another girl is pretty, remember that the only correct answer is her name. At the end of the day, these emotional tests women give aren't about making your life harder. They're about her trying to figure out if you're safe, if you're invested, if you're paying attention. And honestly, if you love someone, passing these tests shouldn't feel like work. It should feel like caring. So next time your girlfriend or wife hits you with something that feels like a test, take a breath. Remember, she probably doesn't even know she's doing it, and just respond with patience and love. Because that's really all she's checking for anyway. Do you actually care, or are you just going through the motions? And if you're a woman watching this thinking, oh my god, I do this, don't worry, you're normal. We all run these background programs. Just maybe consider turning up the brightness on the screen every once in a while so your guy can actually see what's happening. Relationships are weird, people are complicated, but understanding each other makes everything so much easier and way more fun.